I know your name. Don't hide from me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes. You and I, we are one and the same. Better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind in a way
And it's going to be right now when I transition to chatting with people on stream. Hello.
Yes.
But yeah, we're currently waiting for the others to hopefully appear. Tash and Foxy are already here.
Hi.
Yes, we are here. Hi.
And
Yes.
sadly, not a lot of updates with Wing Warriors, as you can imagine, with bits going on at the moment, and me being a busybody with work, etc.
And NHS shenanigans.
Basically. Big plans still on the horizon with the testing of the integrity system, which I'm totally hyped to work on, to experiment with. And I just think I'm on the latter stages of the actual wrestling manual, because those who would know, I went back, I think it was near the end of last year, to start from the beginning, go through things and change things that just didn't work, or change the typography, because that was when we obviously changed from your regular handful of all sorts of dice to just 3 different dice. And the transition's gone very well. There's been a lot of amazing changes, which I'm very happy with. And I believe, if I remember correctly, I'm currently at. We finished the weapon list, which took an age and a half, but all that effort has really paid off because I love the list of weapons. I went through. Yes, that was it. The last thing I really did was update the weapons list. Not weapons list, I just said that. Updated the championship power list. The list of 100 different championship powers for people. Mostly changing a lot of them from their D20s to D12 equivalents. And if that didn't work, or if they just didn't sound right, I just updated them completely with some really cool stuff. So yeah, awesome. I then have started. It was past the gimmick section. I haven't really worked on the gimmick section because after looking over it, I've actually looked at it and just thought, you know what? I'm actually quite happy with how that is. I'm actually really happy with how that is. The WrestlePoint system area explains everything I could possibly want about WrestlePoints, and I'm chuffed to bits of how that works, including the breakdown. What I was working on was gameplay breakdown, and this was going to break down every element of playing the game. So win and loss conditions. Going to go over. Let me see. Win loss conditions, statuses that you can potentially have. Some handy little tips for GMs if you are going to run encounters. Just to make them a little bit more spicy, if you so wish. More so if you're doing like roaming encounters rather than match encounters. But I might have that later on in the specific GM section, because that's going to be worked on a lot more. And then that goes on to match stipulations and match variants, which will also be worked on, because I've got a few more that need to be added on, or explanations of those matches need to be explained upon much more, or edited, because some of them did have either D20s involved, or they had matches that involved if you got slammed into X, you took Y damage, but the damage you take for failing X, especially depending on player level, wasn't threatening enough to demand it. So I want to make it more threatening and make it more of an actual, please use me because I deal so much more damage to your opponent thing. Like, you want to add incentives to those matches to make people want to use it. Yet again, if they do use it consistently and they're a face, not a heel, will you give them wrestle points? That'll be up to you, personally.
I mean...
But there you go. With that being said, though, I'm happy. I'm alright. Family's alright. Girlfriend's alright. So we're alright. And I'm hoping you guys are alright.
Yeah, I've been doing fairly okay for the time being, and just more or less dabbled in like the sort of creative stuff that that I they've either sort of like touched upon, or I'm actually making like a animatic, if that's the word I'm looking for. Like a little animation thing, but it's kind of like storyboarding kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Wasn't it chapter 6, episode 5?
Heck knows.
I
Goodness
can't
knows.
remember. We're still on the same chapter with like Miami in general.
Yeah, like, it's chapter 6, but I don't know.
Simply, episode 1 was landing on Miami. Episode 2 was introduction of Dr. Thaddeus and having a bit of a shop. And
Teehee.
the starting bits of Agatha and the starting bits of the circus. Number 3 was Chainsaw Clown Part 1. Number 4 was Chainsaw Clown Part 2 and Unleashing the Zombies. And the ending that was. Chapter 5, episode 5 was shit's broken down, now you gotta fix it. And meaning this is episode 6.
Yes.
Huzzah.
So, now you may continue. I apologize, I rudely cut you off.
Yeah, how dare you, Foxy? I mean, what?
What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, hi, Vinny.
Hey.
What up, my G?
By the looks of things, Evie is unable to come in today, simply saying, I can't get on, sorry.
Okay.
Which is okay.
Yes.
So it's just going to be us three tonight, by the looks of it.
Okay.
Dom, can I quickly speak to you, like, off stream, just for a moment?
That's absolutely fine. If you bear with me, ladies and gents, we will go to be right back, and then when we come back, Ring Warriors time. Bear with us just a moment.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare, but when I stopped to see through light, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now, to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. I'll bleed tonight if I am sad tonight. I don't have a job to find, and if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to this world lived in fear. There was nothing I could do.
Well, that was quick.
There you go. Ladies and gents, we're back. It's Ring Warriors night, as some of you may know and others may not know, but hey ho, it's Ring Warriors. That's what it is. The wrestling tabletop role-playing game being developed, created, ran, and being absolutely loved by yours truly, the most explosive man on the planet, Don't Be Expert Coles, as we are here, live on Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, and D, live on, as we are every Friday, what has been consistent Fridays for a good while now.
Yay. Yes.
Which I'm so chuffed about. And more action for you. So, quick recap on where we are. So, our guys have been dealing with Mad World. They only know Mad World by the name after what happened involving Lavanya versus Mike Jaws for the World Hardcore Championship, when apparently there were some cheeky shenanigans going on backstage, and Mike Jaws himself was attacked. Causing Lavanya to win the match, but a little bit reluctantly. Events spiraled afterwards. The guys have gone to Miami, met up with a new character, Dr. Thaddeus Fadassadly, as they have been exploring Mad World involving the big top that they had put up, because they are a travelling circus. After being to the circus, they realised that the audience that they were joining with had suddenly gone asleep. They fought some chainsaw clowns, which was pretty badass actually. Had a little bit of explore around the backstage area, set loose a zombie apocalypse, suplexed a chopper, saw their friend transform into a demonic creature, and basically be told that Miami are going to arrest and possibly put them on death row in 24 hours unless they solve this problem. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
I just want to add that it wasn't everyone that suplexed the chopper. There was one man.
Yeah,
One
it was.
rock.
It was the one rock man.
He suplexed. That's it.
There you go. And you will get that T-shirt in our non-existent, maybe existent, who knows if it's existent, T-shirt store known as sharkonrobot.com. That is sharkonrobot.com. Hashtag no copyright.
Yeah.
But anywho, we're here to play some games, have some fun.
Heck
So where are
yeah.
our guys at the moment? Well, you currently have 12 hours on the clock after extensive surgery done on Artemis to basically experiment on her arm, turning her arm into what is now a robotic arm convenient with a tarot card launcher. She was also given a full pack of 12 major arcana cards that she is bringing into the fight with her. You guys are travelling back to Mad World, or where the big top was, as the big top's now been taken away, to where this big hatch is. Hello, Original. Nice to see you, by the way. The hatch itself, you saw some pictures of it. Of the hatch, the stairs going down it, and a crooked picture of what seems to be an array of people looking on as one person stands shadowed against a giant canister of some kind. Whereas coughing, he is right here, but this is not his live stream, bless him, but he's rooting us on and defending us from what is currently happening in the world. Ain't that right, coughing? Oh, yeah, there you go. Good boy. Gonna go back upstairs. Right. So, with that in mind, you guys are currently travelling in the back of a truck, taking you to the Mad World hatch, as we will now call it. As you pull up at the location, you notice that there are a lot of military. Like, this is an operation where the military are on standby, ready to go. I'm holding up really well, dude. I hope you are too. And as you approach or as you arrive, there are like some military block-offs. They were checking the van as you guys were coming in, but they had flagged their cards, which had like details about them working for Sean Leafmeyer on them, which let you guys through. You're taken in. Truck opens up, the doors open up. You guys are able to come out. And as you come out of the van, truck, thing, vehicle, come out of the vehicle.
Some kind of vehicular thing.
Yes, the vehicular device of vehicleness. As you come out of that, you have a good look round. You see the military, you see the helicopters looming overhead with their lights shining onto the hatch. And as you're looking about, a man in military gear, such as like classic military garbs, bulletproof vest and gear all over him, gun in his hand, with a beret, specifically a red beret, walking towards you guys and saying, "Are you here for the hatch?"
Us innocent people who were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Yes, we are for the hatch thing.
Hey, you're a little bit short for a spec op.
Liam actually tries to. Liam actually probably would have his still have his Army Times tattoo that he would show like, yeah, ex-military.
Ah, yes, good point.
That's a good
Looks
thing.
towards you. Did you say you're saluting?
Yes.
Okay. Looks towards you, sees the salutes back, and just goes, "Ah, former officer! Now that's what I'm talking about for the Spec Op team! And a rock."
Yes.
And some, and also, the Dark Elf as well. Well, Dark Elves and Spec Ops, they actually go hand in hand nowadays. I'm actually a bit of a mishmash, but hey, I'm not the person who put the squad together. Right, follow me. He walks on forward, marching as he goes forward solo. Whether you guys wish to march with him or just waltz along, that's up to you.
Well, at least Liam is gonna go with the guy and ask like a multitude of questions. Like, what's the situation? I need the situation report and like how everything is currently being handled, etc. Like, like the normal military jargon.
Ah, yes. They're walking along, and he's like, "The hatch is fully secured. We have military aiming at the hatch at all points, just in case anything, and I mean anything, comes out of that hole. We have not had anything out of it since, or yet, as of the taking of those pictures you've probably seen by now. But we have secured this entire area. No one comes in or out without our say-so. And on top of that, we even have choppers up there to make sure that if anything does come into the hatch, we have extra fire support from the air."
That is very good.
I do have one question though, like just as a kind of just as a recon kind of thing. There was one of those weird clown people who just ran out of a tent and ended up crying. I don't suppose you know what happened to that fellow.
Now, I don't know, ma'am. Ma'am, no. I don't know about that, sir. All I understand is that when we arrived at the scene, there was no sign of clowns. However, we did find a mysterious sad face mask. Not sure where that came from.
So that guy is probably still crying in his own tears and self-pity.
Fair enough.
I know how to handle these kind of people, and well, let's say short stack.
Oh, the short stack. Oh no. Lovely. Right. He gives you the lowdown, takes you over to the hatch, where they've made like a little barricade around it. So they just move like one of the barricades around so you guys can come closer. You just go, and as he comes up to the hatch, he just looks at you and just goes, "Okay, this ladder will take you down to the bottom. Be careful. The last person to go down there didn't come back up."
We will be careful and just keep your wits about yourself while we are in there. And well, Liam just starts to go down the hatch.
Okie doke. Like he stands at attention and salutes you guys as you begin your descent. If you wish to, or if you want to say anything before you go down, go ahead.
Just waits until other people have gotten to the bottom and then just like dive bombs down it.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh god.
With a big Geronimo!
So the rest of you take the stairs. As you do, Erg's just like, "There's enough room." Yay! Hopping down. Erg, roll me a toughness check, please.
Oh no. I rolled a 2 plus my toughness.
Oh, at least your
I think that's
toughness.
an 8. I think that's 8
Yeah.
in total.
It's not as bad. You smack down to the bottom. The bottom's a little bit rickety, but you land it, but it does shake your legs up a little bit. You will take 2 points of damage.
Worth it.
Not bad. The rest of you climbing down the stairs. It's not a long journey down. It's a darn sight shorter journey than it was like going underground in Cairo, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But as you get down here, you notice that what seem to be like a group of individuals and a guy staring at a canister, they're not here. It seems to be quite a big, empty chamber, deep in its own way. You guys, specifically as you get down, you're on a railing, and the railing itself just stretches downward with a staircase going back and forth down to the base of this large chamber. And from what you can see from your current position, you notice that large canister that was taken, but it's much bigger than you were led to believe. This canister is about as large, if I was to put it into perspective, about as large as an average small block of flats.
Jesus.
It's pretty
Damn.
damn big. And this container is connected to a bunch of other devices around the place with tubes, the same tubes that you guys were seeing, that some of you guys remembered when you were having a look around about what was happening with the audience
Oh, yes.
back in the big top. The big canister itself does seem to have something inside of it. It does seem to be swelling like watery on the inside. Not all the way up, but about halfway filled with what seems to be this purple, pinkish water.
Was it the same kind of color that we saw on the TV screens when we kind of accidentally zombified people?
You did not notice any liquids when you saw the zombified people.
Okay.
I did though.
Yes,
Can
you
I-
did.
Can I roll
Ergington,
to,
when you were smart. When you were Ergington, you did.
can I roll to see if I remember anything?
Roll me a smarts check.
Eh, that feeling when the stat with a 1 in it gets a natural 6.
God damn it!
Nice.
Damn.
You perfectly remember, and the liquid, yep, it's the same.
I'll just recount that to the rest of the group like just without understanding exactly what's going on. It's just like that liquid was in the tent. That went under seats.
Weird. Now, there is one other thing. Liam
Yes.
and Erg, roll me another smarts check for just 1 second.
You're an arse.
With just normal smarts, I believe.
Yeah, just normal smarts.
Okay. And that's a 10.
Right?
I
No,
got a 6 in total,
Yeah.
a 5. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
I rolled a 4 and I have +6, so.
Okay, so Erg, you remember the same liquid is related to what you remember from the Big Top. But that's it, as far as your memory goes. Liam, you have seen this liquid one other place. And it's been quite a while since you have seen liquid of this sort. All the way back in Bad Street, USA.
I fucking knew it.
Oh, god damn it.
When you noticed that it was liquid version of what was being dubbed by the Raiders at that point as roids.
Oh, god damn
I
it.
was literally thinking that earlier and I was going to ask, but I thought, no, I'll leave it. And here it
Obviously, I would have gone Tash to roll, but you're playing as Thaddeus, so Thaddeus wouldn't know.
No, Thaddeus wouldn't know shit about that.
And neither would Artemis
Yeah.
to that extent.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you kind of have this moment where you're like, Erg says about the liquid, and then you're thinking, liquid like this. It kind of comes to you. Even Artemis is looking at you and just going, Liam, you know something, don't you?
Yeah, I do know that I've seen that liquid before. And let's just say it last guys we saw who had that with them went pretty much completely insane because of roid rage.
Oh, Bad Town?
Yeah.
Oh.
Apologies as well
Sorry,
if
but
I
I'm-
sneeze.
I'm sorry, but I'm a little bit lost on this. Like, you're talking about roids and Bad Town. What is this?
Back when we started out as a group together, we came up against opponents that were injecting something like this. It made them really strong, but they had no sanity.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're going to try and win through any means necessary, then drugs are not the way to go. I mean, not that I would.
You take that back. My smarts pills are mine.
Well, at least I don't need to use smart pills to be smart, rock boy.
Ooh.
I don't need anything to pummel you, midget.
Ooh. Roll for initiative. No, I'm joking.
Okay. Ugh and Short Stack, just calm down.
Why is he able to be called by his own name, but I get his stupid nickname? It is
It's called
Dr.
respect,
Thaddeus.
midget.
It's called respect in military, and I respect Ugh. You still need to earn it.
Yeah, he's just gonna grumble out, well, I definitely should deserve, like, my own, like, so Dr. Thaddeus.
Like at this time, Artemis is just looming over your head and just gives you like one of those anime dunk like over the heads, as if to go, shut up.
Damn it.
One of these days, All of you will regret ever crossing me in a match of some description. It could be arranged.
I highly doubt that.
Well, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Indeed. So, what would you guys like to do now that you have made these discoveries?
Well, I mean, do we report to someone then?
Can Erg look around to see if he can find? Is it like a main tank it's going into, or
So
what's going on?
you can pretty much decipher the container in the center of the room, the giant one, is the big main container that's holding everything. The devices that seem to be around it either seem to be pumping, like pumping devices, or devices that seem to, like, if they were to be turned on, maybe mixing materials, or devices meant for mixing, or refining potentially. It's hard to depict when you're this far away from any of the devices.
Would Erg be able to recognise that they were pumped? Should I roll for that?
Yes, please.
Smarts as usual.
Yep.
I rolled a 4, so I got 5 in total.
Okay, so no.
Uh,
You would not tell if these are pumps.
So, is there like a trail following, like if they would have just like lifted it out, like it would be sort of leaking or something?
Not necessarily. You just see a bunch of tubes from all over the place traveling down and coalescing into the top of this container, connecting to all of these devices that seem to be both on your level, so high up, as well as stacked on either side of this chamber, all the way down as you go down.
I do think we should probably probably go with, like, we should probably report back to the army waiting outside that they should be really, really careful with that stuff, even more careful than they usually are.
Okie doke. You can do that.
Yeah.
Would you like to climb back up the hatch?
Yeah. I
Roll me
would
a witch
like
save very quick.
Okay, so wait a minute. How was the save?
It works the same way as a check. D6 plus wits.
Alrighty. God dang it. Hit delete. That's 11.
Okay, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
You go to climb the hatch with your great idea, just to let the military guys know, because if you guys are going to explore any further, we'll find out. As you climb up, you notice the hatch door closing. You do notice that some of the military guys on the outside are like trying to keep it open, but it's just not staying open. And you're about to get to the top. You have a short period of time to get information across. Say what you can.
Liam will go as fast as he can to the top, that he is not going, like, the hatch isn't going to bang him on the head, but he is going to use all his voice to shout at them, "Be careful! There is some substance that you need to be extra careful with. Like, be even more careful than a truckload of C4."
Okay. Get your point across, and as you do, the lid of this hatch closes on top of you, locking you guys inside.
I knew they'd
What-
double cross us.
Before the hatch closed, while he was going outside to tell people, I'm going to turn to Dr. Thaddeus and ask him, I'll be like, you're the kind of person that would do something like this. What's the likelihood there's a secret tunnel somewhere?
Well, the likelihood of there being a secret tunnel would be highly probable. In fact, there's probably one nearby that we kinda haven't looked at yet because we were so focused on this big canister of what the heck it is liquid. I'm tempted to make like a check to be like this tunnel here, and just point to a nearby tunnel that's like, oh, a secret tunnel there.
You know what? Roll me a witch check,
Okay.
because we're gonna see what happens.
Okay.
I so hope this pans out.
Okay, I actually realised I haven't locked myself into roll 20, so I mean, I can always go on like a different dice roll, I think, if needs be, but time. Come on.
Your time has run out.
I
I
mean,
will roll for you.
When I
No,
can't
I'm joking.
find my
Damn
dice,
it!
I literally just
joking,
type
go for
in
it.
D&D Dice Roller, and there's a handy little app on the Wizards of the Coast website.
Oh yeah, nah, it's cool. I mean, I've got it up now, so it's cool. Okay, here we go. D6 plus wits.
That's for one.
Okay, wits is that much, so that's 9. I rolled a 4.
Alright. That's not too bad. You're wittiful enough that during your conversation you just like think to yourself, secret passage, ching, and it's like as if you have like a blinking eureka moment, and it's just for, if I just point to anything, this rock idiot will believe anything I say. So you just randomly point down at
Right.
like at one of the one of the devices on the wall, and just go that, and it's like just like.
This may backfire, but as soon as Thaddeus points, Erg wants to immediately throw a punch as hard as he can at whatever Thaddeus is pointing at.
You're miles away from it.
Can I sprint and punch it?
You can certainly sprint down the stairs and head towards it.
I will certainly do that then.
You sprint down the stairs. As you sprint down the stairs, head on over to the device. Roll me an attack for it. Bearing in mind you are now miles ahead of the rest of the party at this point because of what you have done.
Dang.
Like, while you guys are still up on this platform, Erg's just systematically
Remind me-
ran all the way
Remind
down.
me, is it just is it a flat D12 or?
That
remember.
is... You know what, you're... Okay. Are you just punching this with sheer want?
I'm going in there with the rock force of a mountain. Like,
That'll be plus your power then. Sheer rock force.
Huzzah.
and that totals a 14.
And that will certainly punch it, as you just roll up your hand and shmish. You punch the device, it bends and seems to let off like some steam and even starts dripping some of the liquid from it. But doesn't seem to open up or anything. If anything, you just suddenly hear a voice come over. As you just hear, "Who's been looking at my beautiful design?"
Certainly not, little piggy
Would
with
they
the
be able to
hair on
hear
his
that?
chinny chin chin.
Would they be able to hear this? Because I'm so far ahead.
Everyone can hear this in the chamber as if it's being echoed.
Oh,
Even
damn.
though I hear the voice, Erg just kind of phases it out and just shouts back at Thaddeus, "You lied!"
I said there was a secret tunnel. I didn't say there would be someone already in it.
God damn it.
Where's the secret tunnel?
You don't hear necessarily a response to that, but you just hear secrets, lies, an interesting phenomenon. Specimens worthy of my attention, I think.
Oh, god damn it. You see this, like, almost like a groan, sort of a groan on Liam's face as he goes, like, I so deeply hope that's not Strongham. Again.
I don't know who the Strongham is, but
He's a bastard.
He's like you, just with better work.
Ooh.
Ooh, ouch.
again, you will feel my wrath next time we meet each other in the ring.
Does a mountain feel a flea?
Wait. Wait. As you guys are having a bit of bickering, from ledge to ground, you notice that there is, with the canister, there are two massive rings on it, and there seems to be something coming round on one of the top rings, and it seems to be a platform. And as it loops round, you notice a figure in a black trench coat and a hood, covering up their face, as their hands are being held behind their back, and they're just seemingly just looking around. Seem to be looking at you guys on the platform, and then going up to the edge of their platform a bit, looking down at Erg, wondering who it was. Just going, oh. Some interesting specimens indeed.
I prefer the term visitors, if you don't mind.
I'm not a specimen, I'm an agricon, but it's clearly an easy mistake.
A specimen that does not understand logical exposition, I wonder. Your brain might not suit, but your body will.
Yeah, just waves at him when he says that.
He then looks up at the platform you guys are on with Dr. Thaddeus. As he looks towards you and goes, to imply you are visiting in my place of work identifies that you were invited in the first place. The first individual who thought he was invited got tested upon. I'm guessing you four also wish to be subjects to my cause.
We were just more or less said. Sorry, carry on.
I just want to fight.
We were more or less sent down to resolve a bit of a zombie apocalypse problem. Like it's a bit of a matter of life or death for us.
He looks on over to you, like kind of gives this look as he brings one hand up to like tap or like to think of like what you might be talking about. As he goes, oh, zombie apocalypse, you say? You say apocalypse or outbreak as if they were words of fear and dismay.
A lot of zombie apocalypse films would pretty much put that into perspective, yes.
One other thing I hate is when visitors think they have the right to speak over my monologues. You have no belief in science, do you?
Look, I'm a villain myself, and let me tell you, when two villains try to compete with each other for like different monologues and things, like it's a bit of a problem, you see. Competitive problem.
I'm going to take this opportunity to steadily just walk my way back over to Thaddeus while they're talking and slap him on the back of the head.
Just like, you villainous. Oh, even I am not villainous. I am simply scientific. Man wishing to delve deep into this world and break it apart piece by piece.
I think that's the very definition of a villain, if you ask me.
Science is not necessarily evil. Science is a necessity. Just like those you call zombies. A necessity for experimentation.
We need them to stop, otherwise we'll stop having a necessity of living.
Oh, what a bother. Looks like you forwarders happen to be test subjects for more of a nuisance than worthy of my scalpel. But you have come so far, and you are locked into this chamber thanks to my security mechanisms. Well, if you do wish to be a part of my laboratory, then please explore to your heart's content. I do, however, recommend you do not touch anything. You have already damaged one of my devices, and I do not enjoy fixing what is broken.
I mean, that's literally what we're trying to do, fix something that's broken. Or in this case, we're trying to prove our innocence by saving everyone from a potential zombie apocalypse.
This is not an apocalypse, This is but a stage of necessity, brought on by scientific breakthrough. You do not understand with your pathetic mind.
No niin, nyt pitäisi kuulua vähän paremmin. Oh, sorry.
No worries. That's for pizza order. I'll take 2. As the bad guy will simply go on by saying, what you have witnessed on the outside is nothing more than a spectacle. What I am developing here is true refinement, true expansion, even potential evolution of mankind.
Do we at least get to know the name of this person who's doing all this, like yourself, good sir?
Oh, I guess a scientist has the right to announce himself properly. My apologies. As he takes one of his hands out from his back, whisks the hood up. And as he whisks the hood up, you notice a dark grey, similar to Artemis. A fellow dark elf. This dark elf in particular wearing a gas mask over his face with 2 resonators either side, filled with the same purple liquid that is inside that canister.
Okay.
I do not simply go by a name anymore. You should simply know me as what I've decided to call myself. I am known as Oxide.
Oh no.
Because your skills are a bit rusty?
God damn it.
I can't help but chuckle with that one. Oh, it's been a while since I have laughed, but more so because of my acidic natures, so to say.
Oh, this is great.
Ern's looking confused. He didn't realise he made a joke.
Anyway, is there anything else you would wish to know, or am I just going to have to keep working with 4 idiots running around my lab?
Yeah, 2 things. How do we stop you, and where's the exit?
A fair quandary. To answer your first question of stopping me, I simply retort with, why? If you are worried about this so-called zombie apocalypse on the outside, Maybe you should look at it from a different perspective. Maybe you should see it from my point of view, where I am not unleashing a zombie horde. I am but simply using certain individuals for the further dispute of scientific expansion.
But you did unleash a zombie horde.
I have released nothing. The fact that they are left to be these husks, these zombies as you say, is just a mere setback, a side effect of progress. As for your escape, well, sad to say, but your only escape was right behind you. I do have another chamber to the surface, but I barely use it. I don't dwell on the surface anymore. I prefer here where my science can dwell.
Well, I mean, if you barely use your exit, maybe we could use it for ourselves, you know? Maybe get it to have some use.
Oh, but that's the problem. If I let anyone outside of this place, they will share what I have been working on. And I'm afraid I just can't do that.
I promise I won't share. I don't understand any of it.
And this
God
is
dang
the
it.
problem, my friend. Even though you do not understand, your eyes have already seen. Pictures have been taking place inside of that brain of yours, no matter how developed it is. Even if you did not understand what you saw it. And the fact that you saw it, you cannot leave. It is at this point, Artemis will simply push you guys out of the way and just goes, you know what? Screw this. Fires a card.
Damn.
Specifically, one of their brand new Major Arcana cards.
Damn.
To be honest, that was what I would have done if, like, I was Artemis. It would be hilarious. But yes,
Okay,
carry
let's
on.
see. Receiver 1. Sorry, I'm just making an amendment in the manual while I'm at it, but I noticed. The only question I'm going to do, because I'm going to ask one of you guys a very important question, and this is relating around Artemis. Do I roll 1d12 or 2d12?
What do you
Go
think,
big or
guys?
go home, I say.
I think
Because Artemis here, she'll be going to the extreme. She is an anarchist after all, and she doesn't really
Yeah,
care
true.
consequences.
True.
Okay, so that's 2 votes for the 2d12s. Tash, any thoughts?
Yeah, 2d12 sounds, like the sort of thing Artemis would do.
Let's go for it. So, the resulting number is... Okay, what did she land on? Okay. Fires the card, not knowing how well shuffled or badly shuffled her new dice thrower is. Shoots one from inside of the wrist of her new robotic arm, and it flies out. I will simply roll an attack as well to see how... Oh, God. The card flies out. As it does, it misses. And the card itself injects itself into the container,
Oh, shit!
causing a crack.
Right.
As it cracks, some of the liquid starts to seep out. As the card didn't go its full length, but dipped a lot and went down to where the liquid actually is. Oxide in particular, not being too chuffed, just looks on over, hands now firmly grasped onto the rail as he's looking down at the damage and the crack that's now forming, and the slight drip that's coming out. He's like, and what are you exactly doing with my glorious device? Don't
She
you
rolls
dare
the
touch
card
my
and hit it.
container! Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, even though I don't know what on earth just happened, Artemis, what were you thinking? Or if you were thinking at all.
What? There's way too much talking. We had to shut him up somehow.
I mean, you did a pretty good job at antagonizing him, if that's what your aim was.
Hey, look,
He
what
didn't
was
shut
your
him
big
up. He's
idea,
still
Einstein?
talking. He's still talking as well. You failed.
Yeah.
You notice Oxide is just like, even though he's quite a while away, you can see that his hands are just very tightly rolling over the rails of the platform he's on. As he goes, and to think I was going to let you just stay here and wallow. Now you have just angered me. He pushes a big button on his platform. As you notice some giant red flashing lights and sirens going off on the inside of this chamber. And as you do, and as you look down, you notice that some of the devices seem to bend back in to the wall and upwards, revealing like openings in themselves. As Oxide says, I have to get back to my research. In the meantime, I will see how you deal with my experiments. His platform will start rotating back round to the other side of the cylinder out of your sight. And as you look down, you slowly see person after person of different races, different shapes and different sizes.
How fast does the platform turn?
The platform's turning relatively fast. It's going to be hard to, if you were trying to chuck something at it, for example, it'll be very hard. And he's very far away to even try doing anything if you wanted.
Because Liam would have, because Liam would have tried to tackle the guy.
Yeah, you guys are miles away. Like you're on your little platform high up. He's absolutely miles away from you. You wouldn't even be able to tackle him. Let's put it this way: if you wanted to tackle him, you would get up on your platform, jump off, and you still wouldn't be anywhere close by.
Can throw his rock, try and bounce it off of his gas mask before he disappears.
Ooh,
Trying to smash one of the fluid things.
I like this. Roll me a cunning check.
Remind me what my cunning is?
4.
I got a 9 in total.
Sorry, I said check, didn't I? I do apologise. I meant to say,
my bad.
roll me an attack with your cunning. I am sorry.
Oh, right, I'm with you.
Makes more sense.
Okay, then. That's 12 in total.
Okie doke. You throw your rock. You throw it hard. You throw it strong and true. It flies through the air. It's heading towards Oxide. It gets quite far. But then it dips. It dips at the worst possible time as it seems to go towards the canister, the non-filled part of the canister, and smashes through it, with your rock going into the liquid and just seemingly being swallowed by it.
Yeah.
New secret boss. We're going to have to fight my roided up rock.
Damn it.
You see Oxide just continuously just going past, banging keys on his platform as he's going around. He's pissed enough as it is, but now it just seems as if, oh no, now he's tappy keys fast mad.
I don't know if this will change anything, but the rock I threw was actually a rock of salt. So it was going to dissolve in that tank as well.
Yeah, it still gets sucked in. No real effect made.
Not even a fizz? Come on.
It's a tiny rock going into a big batch of liquid. You're
It's
getting.
Erg's tiny rock. It's got a lot of spirit.
You see a bubble.
Result.
One bubble. But yes, as this is happening, the room eventually gets more full. Or so I say, the base floor of the lab is getting filled very slowly with the same zombified people that you have seen on the monitors prior. And as I've said, they are of many different shapes, sizes, races, and they are just slowly filling the ground floor of this place up.
How far are we away from them?
Bearing in mind you are on a high platform, and there is a just set of stairs going down to a certain extent, then turning around, down, certain extent, turning around, going down again. You are about 40 feet up.
Guys, first off, the stairs, are they like cut into stone or are they like platform stairs on poles sort of thing?
But like platform stairs, just solid poles dug into the side of a wall. So they're sturdy enough where they're not going to necessarily snap off at any minute, but they're not like stone or anything.
If the stairs were to break, would it destroy the stability of the platform we're on?
Yes, your platform is at the very top of these stairs and part of that structure as a whole.
Are we directly above them?
Yes.
Guys, I have a plan. Do you trust me?
Before you do that, before we have your plan, I want to ask one thing. Thaddeus, how
Yes?
do you work with such a twisted individual as that? Because you are saying you're a doctor, you should know how to work with another villain.
Sometimes it's a bit of a complicated relationship. It's kind of like a friends with benefits sort of thing. You kind of collaborate with each other for a short amount of time, and then once both of you kind of get what you want, or at least one of us, then they kind of throw the other villain off to the wolves.
You were one who was thrown to the wolves.
Oh, not really. I haven't really collaborated with anyone. Hence why I brought the issue up.
Is that why you're such a pathetic villain?
I'll have you know, I am not pathetic. I am notorious. I am dastardly, and you shall respect me for such.
Notorious where?
So, what was that plan you mentioned? Whatever it was.
Leo actually just smiles and just says, "You drove yourself into this. You're gonna get yourself out of it. We are not gonna help you."
Anyone here afraid of falling?
Well, I don't have fear of falling, but I have fear of the sudden stop at the end.
I work from
about
heights.
40 feet.
I work from heights all the time. I should be fine with that.
And Artemis, falling 40 feet, how do you feel about it?
I only have one question. Doesn't mean I get one step closer to punching that guy in the face.
What do you think? My whole game is to punch.
Artemis just goes up to you and just goes, "Let's do this."
With that, I would like to get Liam up on my shoulders and then hammer stomp, like quake stomp the top of the stairs to break the platform and fall down.
Brilliant. I love this idea. Let me just get thing up there.
Actually, sorry, Liam and Thaddeus, because they're both quite small.
That's very
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
They get
See?
lifted onto your rocky shoulders as you begin les stomp. And as you stomp, this is hammer stamp. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to let you roll a d12 plus your power. As you do, I'm going to quickly blow my nose, so bear with me, guys, on stream whilst I do such.
I mean, what? I can imagine like saxophone noises. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Just like that.
Epic sax guy playing on the
Yes.
background. God damn it.
Yes.
Ah, crap.
Also, now whether this is a good thing, a bad thing, or anything in between, bear in mind Earth's power is 8, and we only roll a d12. I just rolled a natural 20.
Well, or the nat 12.
I got max. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
Yeah, so
happening.
it's totally in total it's 20.
So basically, I just got a nat 20, and
Yeah.
this is happening.
Lovely. With that in mind, you stamp quite a few times, and as you stamp, the platform seems to be bending over a little bit more. The fastenings coming looser and looser, and as you take one last stamp, the platform itself just seems to... Oh, go ahead.
As I'm taking that stamp, because like I'm strong and I understand strong, I know this platform's just about to collapse, and I just shout at Artemis, "Brace!"
And we do just that, as the platform begins its 40-foot descent, falling down with railing underneath, as you guys begin to tumble. And
As I'm falling, I want to arrange myself in a point so that Thaddeus and Liam are shielded as much from the drop by me, so I take the brunt of the fall, and I sort of throw them at the end so they don't take as much of a hit.
Okie doke. With that in mind, as you fall, I want, because Artemis is on her own, Artemis is going to roll cunning save, but the rest of you are to roll toughness saves.
Oh, boy.
But Thaddeus and Liam, you roll your toughness saves with favour because Erg is trying his best to keep you guys protected.
Okay.
Oh, that's amazing for Artemis. Artemis clears that cunning check easy, but I'll let you know what happens to Erg.
Erg is the hero, and he goes out valiantly, but he rolled a natural 1.
Oh wow. Liam rolled 11 in total.
And I rolled the complete opposite to Erg and rolled a nat 6 on that, so critical.
I mean, I still get 7 in my toughness save, but I rolled a nat 1.
But I mean, I rolled 12 in total.
Lovely. With that in mind, Artemis clearing the save as well. Artemis, Thaddeus, and Liam, please roll me 2d6. I will do them for Artemis.
I rolled 2 in total.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 in total.
You
So
guys
1
take
and a
that
5.
much damage.
Ow.
Artemis takes 10 points in reference.
Ooh.
Erg.
Yeah.
Because you rolled what you rolled, roll me 4d12.
Oh, shit!
Oh, dang.
It was at this moment, Erg knew he fucked up.
Yep.
Alright, first d12. Second d12. Third d12. Fourth d12. I just rolled a total of 19. Wait, yeah, 19. 2 7s, a 4, and a 1.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let me just do a thing. Okay. Just double check. What was your roll again? Sorry.
My D12s?
Yeah.
2 sevens, a 4, and a 1 totals 19.
19. Fantastic. You do take 19 points of damage. And as you crash, you yourself have created a crater for you. You are classed as downed.
Oh shit.
Oof.
And effectively stuck in your own indentation in the ground.
Well, dang.
Well, at least I saved everyone and Thaddeus.
Everyone and Thaddeus.
If you could see, if I could have like my sort of face on the screen or something right now, I'd be flipping you the bird.
Now, with this happening, as you crashed, a large layer of dust thickens this part of the lab. And as it does, it just seems to sweep everywhere, covering your sight. As you all seem to come to one by one, Artemis being on their own, but looking over, seeing Thaddeus and seeing Liam. Erg just being dug into the ground for the time being. And you guys not being 100% sure whether Erg is okay, whether Erg is not okay. As the dust around you seems to settle, you look at where you came from, and you just see bodies. You see bodies of different people underneath the wreckage of you dropping this platform from so high. The majority of them have been squashed. There are sights you just do not want to be depicted in detail.
Well, shit.
But effectively, there are a lot of corpses now.
Damn.
And you notice that with those corpses, nothing else is moving in this room. Apart from you.
My only regret is that I didn't suplex the railing.
So, did we do it? Did we succeed?
Artemis will do a thing where they would go up to one of the people that's been impaled with part of the railing literally sticking through part of their chest, dug into the ground through them. Seemingly going over to check them out, checking life signs, etc. Looking over to the rest of you and shaking their head as if to go, gone.
Would Erg be able to see from his current position?
You see concrete.
Yay! I'm at home.
You feel at home here. Part of you even thinks, Mother?
And this obviously has no real significance to anything, but sort of groggily looks to his left and sees a rock. It's his rock, but it's not, but it is.
It is to him.
It's Schrodinger's rock. It is and it is not his rock.
You all just hear a mutter from the crater. You came back to me.
Outside the crater, you just hear.
Wait, there's a survivor? I mean, what?
Yeah, it seems Erg is okay.
Do you wish to help Erg out of the crevice?
I think he is, although he is probably quite well stuck.
I will say that this is going to be problematic because, I mean, what are your weight classes? That's the main thing.
Cruiserweight.
I'm technically a gigaweight, so good luck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fucking cruiserweight, so
Well, you're super heavyweight, but you have the aspects of a gigaweight.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm a super heavyweight either way, but good luck. Way.
So as far as I remember, Thaddeus and Liam are cruiserweights.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we
I want to
both.
say Artemis was actually light heavyweight.
Mm.
So between the three of you, you can try together, but I warn you, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
I
and
was gonna
also
say-
there is probably possibility that we might end up falling into the hole as the edges start to give in.
I mean,
I don't know if I can actually add anything to this, but I do have, I believe, some shredded T-shirts that I tied together to make some sort of a snare ages ago. Well, but you could maybe try and use that as some sort of a winch
I
if
mean,
you can reach it.
It's like
I
as
mean-
if you planned this all along.
I mean,
I'm resourceful.
I mean, I do have lift the impossible. Like, I know it says you can perform a grapple check on an opponent with a weight class higher than yourself, but obviously, that's still may not be enough to like I don't know, get him out of a hole or something like that.
As I said, you could
mean-
try individually and it'd be very hard. Together, might not be that bad.
Yeah, I think a bit of teamwork is in order for getting Rock Boy out of the hole.
Yeah.
No, Artemis would come over and just go, I'll give it a shot.
I'll help you.
Yeah, all three of you
Well,
working
hearing
together.
this, and you just hear him, you just hear him muffled from the hole. A little yay.
Like, why can I just imagine? Yeah, thanks, Marcus or Red Wolf. Thank you. Why can I just imagine like underneath the rock? It's like, hey, you guys.
God damn it.
That'd be great. But yes, all three of you working together. As you do, you like take different bits of erg that you're just able to get like your hands and fingers into. Work together to yank him out. I want all three of us to roll power checks.
Hmm.
Ooh, Artemis did good. Artemis did good. Artemis got 8.
Okay. Thaddeus rolled a 5 plus 2, making it 7.
Alright.
And Liam rolled a 5.
Okay, it's 6. Okay. 2 7s and an 8.
No. It's 3 plus 2.
Oh yeah, sorry. 5. So you seem to actually be getting some leeway. Erg seems to be lifting up that little bit. And then Liam's just having a moment where he's struggling that little bit. He's like, Ting, and your fingers just lose grip. as Erg just got like a couple of millimeters out and it's like, ugh, back in. But by that falling back in again, it's created a big enough of a crevice around Erg's hands so that Erg can like get a little bit of a grip in him to try and yank himself out with a bit more support from you lot.
It's almost like, okay, Erg seemingly disconnected
Yeah.
for some reason.
Vinny.
But, yeah. Winnie disconnected.
Oh no.
So, well, basically, this is the situation where, like, Rey Mysterio would try to lift up Big Show, basically.
Basically, yeah. If you want to try one more time, we can certainly roll again to see what happens.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that might be a good idea.
Lovely.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
rolling again. Erg will also roll, and for the sake of Vinny not being here at this moment, I will just simply roll for Erg for this time.
Okay, this time I rolled 5 in total.
And I rolled a 6 in total.
5, 6. Artemis rolled. Artemis rolled 9, which is actually pretty good.
Decent.
And Erg helping out got a grand. Let me see. Got a grand 13.
Sweet.
With you all working together, it takes a little bit. Sometimes like you have to move position whilst Erg's helping, just to make sure that he's not going to collapse again. But you all manage to get Erg out of his little crevice.
With a pop.
There you go.
God damn it.
Very good. I think. Oh, Vinner,
Oh.
you back?
Vincent.
I love my phone. It just decides to restart whenever it wants.
Lovely.
Well, damn.
But the good part is, you're out of your hole.
Yay! I'm just going to give Artemis and Liam a big hug and then just throw a sort of casual thumbs up towards Thaddeus.
I mean, I did
but-
most of the work, but still.
But we are, and no, you didn't. But I think it's no use to bicker about that right about now. I think we should go after the guy and maybe try to not be buried in a horde of zombies.
At that point, just looks around like, wait, are there any zombies left?
That is a good question.
You guys look around. There or not.
Just
damn.
sort of sit down with his legs dangling into the crater, with despondently just like, oh, all those missed suplexes.
But we will have the steroid guy to fight anyway, so I think you can suplex him a couple of times.
I've got better ideas. With that, I'll look at Artemis, smile and wink.
Now, as you were looking around in case there were other zombies there, Liam, something grabs your attention.
Oh.
Attached to the container, or seemingly quite close to it, you notice two things. You notice what seems to be a screen, and what seems to be a kind of like a panel of some kind.
Does the screen work?
You are more than welcome to go up to it, if you wish.
Liam will go next to it and looking around, seeing if it's working, if he can plug his device in it.
Alright.
Sort of while Liam's doing that, just wants to wander about, sort of dropping T-shirts on the different zombies that are dead because he's like trying to give them a funeral, but he doesn't really know what he's doing.
Oh, bless you. Liam, with yours, you go up to the screen and you notice that there is like a keyboard and a built-out section. It's like a keyboard that has additional keys that you've never really seen before. So it's a bit more of a technical marvel of a keyboard, so to say. But you do find a slot perfect for digging your device in.
Nice. So I believe it's a smart check or something.
Yes, I want you to roll me a smart check.
Let's see how it goes. And that's an 11.
That's very good. With that 11, you plug your device in, have a bit of a play about on your device, bypassing some firewalls, as you do, basic hacky stuff. As you bypass a few things, you notice the big screen coming on properly, Identifying the name of this facility. Experimental Research Facility 001. Brackets Miami. Mad World Miasma.
Well, that doesn't really ring a bell, but it might actually help us.
Can I roll to, like, I'm assuming Liam's going to announce this out to everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So can I roll to see if I recognise the name at all?
By all means.
And because I remember my background means I know all the wrestlers and that, so I get roll with favour. Does that still count here, or because it's not strictly wrestling?
Because this is not wrestling
Okay.
based.
Well, if you don't try, you don't.
True. So give me a roll of your smarts, please.
D6, yeah.
Yup.
That's a roll of 4, so 5.
Okay. You have no idea what this means.
Yeah, I'll just shrug.
Now,
Sounds cool.
Now, Liam, it details the name of this facility and the words Mad World Miasma, and you notice that there are a few options on your screen. Option 1 details experiment. Number 2 details miasma consistency. Number 3 details Mad World plot.
Well, Liam will go with the Mad World plot.
As you open up the Mad World plot directory, all that comes up on the screen is a map of the United States.
Well,
and it shows like the basic layout of the US of A. You can identify where you guys are, being Miami and Florida, and there seems to be a light on Miami. But you notice that there are a series of similar lights dotted all the way around the US. And knowing your United States, you look through the states, you're like, okay, that's North Dakota, Wisconsin, California, Atlanta.
Oh, snap.
You notice that out of all the glorious states of the United States of America, there are currently 35 states with lights.
Ah, crap.
While this is happening, Erg's very quickly getting bored. Can I sort of go around the walls and knock on them to see if I can find secret passages?
By all means. Tell you what, give me a wits check.
My wits is 4, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh boy, natural 6.
Nice. You're having a bit of a loom around, having a roam, as you're putting more t-shirts out for the dead. You're having a look round, and you're not noticing much of exits. But something catches your eye. You notice that on a few of the zombies, they already seem to be wearing wrestling merch. So some of these zombies were actual wrestling fans, or seemingly wrestling fans. But as you seem to look around a lot of the bodies, you notice that one of the bodies is quite similar to yours, agricon size and shape. And as you look at them, you can't help but notice that they have a very distinct item in their pockets.
I'll more than happily sort of pull the item out and look at it. And then I want to roll the agricon over to see if I recognise them.
Okay. You roll the agricon, you take the item, and think to yourself, before I click onto this properly, let's roll this guy over, see if you know who this is. Do you remember your opponent that you faced for the championship?
Oh no.
No.
It is Grunk.
No. Oh no. And with that, I will drop the item, immediately grab Grunk in his arms, stand up holding him in his arms, and just scream, "Why?"
A sad time indeed.
See,
Gravel dripping all over the floor as I can't stop crying.
Thaddeus will respectfully remove his top hat and place it over his chest.
Well,
Now, after a period, Liam, the screen that had the map of the US would fade back out, giving you the 3 options again.
Well, what were the 2 more options? It was the
So
Mad World
that was
plan
Mad
and-
World plot. You also had Miasma consistency. And you had, without sounding like I instantly forgot about the first one, experimental progress.
Liam will check out the experimental progress.
Okay. You open up experimental progress. As you do, it gives you a document. The document seems to be kind of like a log writing of events. It seems to be up to date with recent events. In a nutshell, it details how Oxide has been working on this device alongside the big boss of Mad World. It also identifies how he's put it all together, the plan also, and this is the thing that gets to you. The document also describes what this device does, or what this container actually contains. Of course, you've seen this container, you've seen like a similar liquid to this with roids, but you've never heard of it referred to as like miasma or anything before. As you read into this document, you specifically read a part that describes the absorption, containment, and refinement of humanoid life essence. You also notice a part in the ledger where it says, experiments yield great results, absorbing life essence from subjects, leaving subjects still human, but now in a husk-like state.
That is quite a thing.
And as
go
ahead.
I was going to say, he was just sitting there, and he just suddenly sunk down onto his knees and then onto his ass and just cradling Grunk, sort of rocking back and forth. And then he stands up, walks over, holding Grunk softly as he can towards the crater and gives him the softest suplex into that hole, putting his arms up onto his chest and then putting his rock between his hands.
Nice.
Yeah.
What a way to go.
Nice.
That's awesome. You do just that. Rest in peace. And
with that as well, I'm just going to turn to the rest of the group and just go, Rusty's gonna pay.
Now, as you're reading this document, 2 more files seem to pop up on screen at the same time.
Oh.
what seems to be like a ledger constantly streaming upward
Mm-hmm.
is a ledger of names. A ledger of names of all experimental subjects. Going at quite a consistent speed, but you do manage to notice like the name of Grunk in there, for example. Some of the names in there just seem to be names of random civilians you're not too common with.
Mm-hmm.
You notice a couple of names of like upcoming wrestlers, the same as you guys,
Mm-hmm.
but no other mark out names apart from Grunk from what you can see. As you then have the second thing that came up, seemed to be a still image with a play button on it.
Hmm. Okay, I think that's a video, so I think we should probably watch it because it's probably gonna give us at least a hint how we could defeat this thing.
Okay. You play the video. As you do, you see the video of an individual with a couple of hooded men, one seeming to be a giant and one seeming elvish in shape, forcing this person onto a chair with a tube connecting underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
The man seems very distressed, very uncertain of where he is. He has a bag over his head until it's ripped off while he's sat down and shackled via the hands and via the legs onto the chair. You see that a device is put onto his head more so to lock him in place rather than to absorb anything.
Mm-hmm.
As you hear the voice of Oxide in the background saying, "Beginning absorption of life essences." As you see this man shaking, holding onto the chair, as you gradually see the colour from his body going from quite a healthy skin colour to pale to like a thin pinkish purple. As the shakes go from erratic, slowly calming down until it looks as if this person has gone into a sleep. As the two individuals go back in to seemingly tidy up, the elven guy lifts the helmet off, the giant unshackles the hands and the legs. And as they do, the man seems to grab a hold of the elf. And as it does, you notice specifically in this video that the man's hands start gaining some of that colour back as he's touching the elf, as if something is being taken from him. But then the giant seemingly comes and kicks him off, snapping the person's head against the leg of the chair, causing them to go lifeless. The elf, looking at his arm that had been touched, noticing black hand marks struck upon the arm, as he thinks nothing of it and walks out with the giant. As Oxide goes on saying, "Make note that the subjects instantly wish to claim back essence upon extraction. This may prove problematic if they are in groups, or a potential lifeline." As the video stops.
Interesting. How are rest of the group watching the video?
Are you?
No, Erg wasn't watching. He was searching for the item that he dropped.
Thaddeus was.
Okay, Artemis would have been as well. And Erg, while looking for the item that was dropped, you have a look round. and you recognize the item that you dropped. You pick it up. You never guess what it is. You notice this rock that you hold in your hand. This isn't just any rock.
It's an
This is-
M&S rock.
This is actually the rock.
The wrestler?
Your beloved rock. The original beloved rock that you may have lost years upon years ago. Which was being held by Grunk this whole time. But at first, it's like as if you're looking back and forth of the rock you've just got, thinking, oh, that's my rock. And then this one, and then you think, rock, 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 rock. But then you start noticing the intricacies, and you notice that it's just touching it. You feel it is a missing part of yourself. As you hold on to this rock, you feel something come about you. You feel as if a part of you that was lost is coming back. Erg, your smarts has increased to 3.
Holy
Damn.
What?
As long as you hold this rock, your smarts are back to an average state.
Liam
Yeah.
and Artemis, we need to get in contact with Lavanya as soon as possible. I need to get this reattached. This is my rock from all those years ago, and Grunk found he looked after it all this time, and he never said. I will avenge you, my friend. I will give him the battle and destroy him, just the way I would have done for you.
Yes.
At this point, Artemis is just looking, just going, Erg, you made sentences without even trying.
I've missed this part of myself a long time. When I was young, me and Grunk, we used to wrestle up the mountains all the time in our homelands, and well, one day there was an unfortunate accident in which I fell and hit my head, and well, here it is. Now up a rock. This what was missing that entire time.
Damn. Sweet.
That's something.
Oh yeah, with that, Liam, after a while of inactivity, the screen will go back to your original 3 choices again.
Well, let's take the last one.
Okay, miasma consistency.
Yes.
Opening this up, it just brings up like a diagram and a blueprint of how the canister's constructed. At the same time, it gives like all these scientific evaluations and numbers and conundrums that leave you a little bit puzzled. They're a little bit too intricate. You're used to code, not scientific language.
Yeah.
But as you look through it, there seems to be a part of it that puts things into layman's terms for you, where it says consistency at 100%, capacity at 50%, and also states miasma ready for experimental launch.
At that moment, Liam just rips the device off from the container and just starts to run towards where the where he assumes the guy is.
Okay. You did well. The best idea that you have is that to the left of where you guys are, there's a part of the lab that loops back round to the back side of where the container is.
Mm-hmm.
As you take your device out and begin your charge, you're halted by by the screen turning red and just going, "Warning! Experiment ready for launch. Miasma in preparation for mad world spreading. Initiation in T-minus 10 minutes."
Guys, I think that we need to, I don't know how, but we need to get the dang hatch open and just, warn everybody and just to contain this area and whatever else like areas there are where the Mad World has been.
For once, I actually agree with you there, Fox Boy.
Yeah, short stack. Let's go.
You guys, you go on ahead. I'll catch up with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just gonna go back to sort of rolling the rock in his hands, looking at Brunk and just sort of gently talking about all his childhood stories with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as you guys follow that path round, a timer seemingly ticking down from the red screen as you run away from it. You turn the corner, and as you do, there is a giant panel with all sorts of different buttons, levers, cranks, you name it. And the black cloak of Oxide in nearby vicinity. His back being towards you as he is madly tapping away and pulling and pushing and thrusting things that are there. The big screen displaying the timer as he seems to be going through what may be final checks of the procedure he is going to commit to.
Mm-hmm.
Artemis, now would be a good time to throw one of your cards at the guy to distract him, or at least destroy a part of the machine that will slow the timer down.
Artemis goes to ready the arm and just going, "Another one closer, this should be a better shot." And as Artemis is about to fire, Oxide seems to turn around snappish, puts up a hand, and simply goes, "Wait, you will not disturb my scientific experiments much longer. If you wish to harm my work anymore, you will harm me." He goes to grab the trench coat, and as he does, whips it off of him, revealing a black pair of clad trousers and a bare body with a pair of black leather gloves on and a relatively fit build. Like, this guy isn't like a thin chump. He's actually quite well-roundedly built.
Upon him finishing talking, around you, you hear an inhuman, animal, primal yell of rage and anger, and you just hear what sounds like an army stomping through the corridor as Erg emerges, fire in his eyes, and he just shouts, "Rusty!" Erg has joined you back again.
Oh, lovely. He looks towards you and just goes, "Oh, we couldn't start for fun without you, now could we, Agricon? I guess you will be acceptable. I guess you will be an acceptable experiment. But first, if we are to fight in my domain, Allow me to make this even. He goes up to his mask, seems to turn a vial that's on the, or like a little dial that's on the front, and as it does, some of the purple liquid doesn't get injected, but instead spreads out in gas form, and seems to lay as a thin layer on the ground at first. And then after a couple of moments, seemingly 1, 2, 3, 4 bursts of smoke pop up that begin sprouting arms and legs. Being purple in form, but seemingly not forming anything else apart from like a very gaseous cloud arms and legs and even head, averaging out the same size and a relatively similar shape as Oxide himself, but just standing alongside him. As we roll some D12s ready for a fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, it's
Oh.
time.
Oh boy!
Damn it! Fuck! Go fuck a giant breakfast-sized freaking. I'm trying to think of a cucumber. You know what? A breakfast-sized cucumber, and fuck you, dice.
Just fuck you. What did you get? Did you get, fatty?
I got fucking 1.
I think thanks to the inhuman rage going through Erg's mind right now, the fire of lava and mountains and his primal homeland, he rolled an 11 for his initiative.
Oh, very nice.
And Liam rolled a 6.
Okay, 6. I will see what the opponents do. Okay, interesting. Okay, so starting us off is Erg.
First thing Erg's going to do, he's going to like point towards Artemis. Hey, you! Want to get that shot in? And I'm going to spend some wrestle points for a lovely tag team attack.
Oh, brilliant. What's your idea, Erg?
Well, I want to go in for, like, grab him by the throat, lift him up into the air, and Artemis launches a card at him, holding him in place so he can't dodge.
Aye, brilliant.
Right.
So it's kind of like you lifting him up for a chokeslam, but then the card coming in to hold him in place.
Like, yeah, I'll lift him up. I'll choke him out in the air. Like, I'm gripping his throat tightly as I can with one hand.
Right.
And as he's in the air, turn him around so the card will hit him square in the back.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's do that. Starting off with you dashing forward to grab him, for which I request an attack with your power. D12 plus 8 for people at home.
That's 14.
That will do it. And as you go up, you grab him, seemingly grabbing him by the throat as you lift him up initially, dealing.
But as he's going past my face, I'm just gonna like, glare straight at him and just a look of pure contempt and just say, "This is for Grunk."
Very nice.
And then carry lifting him.
Lovely. Let me just grab my calculator bits. Bear with me. Oh, so just with that alone, taking 8 points of damage with your choking. But as he does, Artemis doesn't necessarily throw a tarot card, just throws one of her regular backup cards to impale. Rolling a cunning check to do so, which I will do. Hey, look! Perfect hit. That's
Yay!
good on Artemis. So because of that, Artemis will roll this instead. That actually deals with her favor, which would be a. Yes, so that will be. Okay, with the card digging into its back, doing a grand extra 13 points of damage.
Jesus.
Sweet.
That's a
quite
good start.
It's very good. Very, very good.
And then with a bonus action after this, while I'm holding him in the air still, I want to stare straight into his eyes. And even though he's lifted above my head, I want to feel like I'm much bigger than he is because I'm going to use larger than life on him.
Lovely. Finish adding that up. There we go. Okay, and you use larger than life, causing him to roly-poly check of the power persuasion, I do believe. I'm just double checking my own bits. Bear with. Here we are, powerhouse, larger than life, clear the opponent, and must succeed in a power save. Lovely. Right. 2. Oh. Well. Complete failure, as Oxide just seems to be staring into the eyes of an insanely angry Agricom. Not seemingly to be fully prepared for a moment such as this. As it overwhelms him. And oh no. It is bad. He does indeed have harm on his next attack. Done.
And then with that, I've still got my second attack, haven't I? In my
Yup.
chain.
Yes, you do.
So I want to like drop him on the floor and stomp on his head.
Okie dokie. Just going for that stomp. I have a look at my bits. Here we are. Lovely. You seem to like smack him down. Go for that stomp. Roll me another attack with power, please.
That's a perfect hit.
Oh, very good.
Nice.
With that one, you stamp him so much that it actually causes him to like bend into the ground a little bit. You're pissed. Very pissed. And as you smash him in,
There's an ancient proverb back home. Is if you piss off an Agricon, be prepared to run.
well, hey. Seemingly smashing him in, doing favors worth of damage, which results in 12 points of damage. As I'm happy to say that he is classed as downed.
Sweet.
And just as an added flair, I'm going to spit on him.
That's a freebie. you can have a spit.
Just spit on him after a land the attack. Like, you're not worth this, but I'm still going to pummel you.
Alright. You spit on him as he's looking at you, a little bit scared. It's like angry scared that he is. He's trying to show more anger than scarediness, but you're looking at him, it's like, nah, you know he's scared. He's never dealt with an angry one of you before. Now, can someone do me a favour and roll me a d12?
1d4. D4.
D12.
Oh, D12. Okay. 1d12 coming up, and that is a 9.
Do you mind rolling it again?
Okay.
Oh, speaking of, I rolled D4 for my grappling gloves. When they do come into action, I got a 2.
Oh, lovely.
And I don't know, like, so you're aware, I've tucked the rock into the gloves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 3.
Lovely stuff, Vinny, for that. And that's a 3. With that, Artemis goes first. As Artemis, after throwing a regular card, is quite chuffed. It's like rooting on, like, sees Urg slam and do the stomp. And Artemis can't help but just go, "Woo! You smacked that guy!" As Artemis seems to be a bit concerned about these cloud guys looming about. So Artemis is going to get in there and try to charge one of them for a cheeky clothesline. If I could just get this sorted quickly. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 8. Goes to hit one of them. We will see how this goes. Clotheslining. And as he goes for the clothesline, it manages to hit. And upon hitting this shadowed creature, it does 6 points of damage because it's using Artemis's cunning. But as this target has been hit, it's been hit across the chest. As it's been hit across the chest by Artemis, you start noticing that the chest piece, like the cloud or the gas formation on the chest, seems to fade away. But as it's fading away or parting in ways, you see that underneath it seems to be part of Artemis's chest.
What?
Artemis is a bit confused by this, and at the same time just thinks, I'm not going to be put over by that. And attempts to go for a snapmare. Okay, let's have rolling for the snapmare. Okie dokie, lovely. That's another hit. And as Artemis goes for the snapmare, dealing another 6 points of damage. Well done. Bringing the target down to this. Lovely. With that snapmare, the target is basically, Artemis basically knees the opponent down, so it's like as if the smoke cloud person with chest piece seems to resemble the same likely chest of Artemis, is put down to what seems to be like a one knee state, as Artemis just lines it up, jumps off of one of the knees up into the face. Oh wait, that's Shining Wizard, I do apologise. With the snapmare just seemingly grabbing the person while they're standing, looking around, putting them into a suplex position, but looping them back round and going into a sit-down position to smack their chin off of the shoulder. Snapping their chin up, and as the smoky-like substance seems to go back to a standing position after receiving damage, and as it goes back to a standing position, you notice the parts of where it's the base of the feet and the legs are starting to form the same as Artemis's feet and legs. The arms turning into hands and forearms, replicating Artemis's hands and forearms. And the lower part of the jaw into the lower part of her face going up to the lips, resembling Artemis's face.
Oh, snap.
Artemis is just looking on in bedazzlement and just calls out going, "What the hell are these things?" As we rotate to the enemies. Starting with Oxide, but he's going to have to try his hardest. He's got an Urg-shaped boot on his chest. As he does manage to push your foot to one side and get to a standing position. As he gets to that standing position, he sees you and seems to want to punch you across the face. And that punch across your face will be that is a 14 versus your attire class.
What level are we again? Did we add points or what have you for our attire class? Are we level 5?
Yes.
Can't remember.
So if you wanted to, you would have upped it by
Yeah,
1.
I have a 14 in my attire class then.
Okay, so that matches it, does it?
Yep.
Alright. Do we get counter-attack opportunity? We both roll against one another and see who wins. It's flat D12.
I win. I just got a D12 again. Straight 12.
So did Oxide.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
damn.
Are we rolling again or
Rolling again.
That's a 9.
11.
Oh, shit.
damn.
As that punch clocks across your face. And as it does, it's not a strong punch, but it does indeed hurt. You take 6 points of damage.
So I lost 27. Good to know.
And as that punch clocks onto you, it's a half decent punch. You at least respect that out of a scientist. You're not used to scientists being this tough on their base forms, at least. As Oxide will look towards you again, will attempt to give you an old school, and literally I mean old school when I say this, an old school style granddad to the back of your knee. Which is a perfect hit.
Oh shit.
And as he
Dang.
does give you that granddad to the back of the knee, he seems to line up a little bit, jump off of your one-kneed state, and Shining Wizard knees you in your chin.
Oh.
Ooh.
Which clocks in at, if I add that all up, let me just check the stats I rolled for. That clocks in as 12 points of damage because of a perfect hit.
And with that, the rock explodes.
Oh damn. Urg explodes, garnering his racial ability. I think we've only ever actually seen this once before, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. So if I am correct, you are a fault block mountain, are you not?
That is correct.
Lovely stuff. Everyone is within the blast range of this. Everyone, roll me a toughness save.
Oh
Look,
boy.
I didn't choose. I didn't choose to explode. Okay.
This is a thing that has to happen.
It was toughness.
Toughness, yes.
I rolled a 7.
7.
And that's a 10. And that's a perfect.
But hey, 7 and a 10. Artemis did very well. Garnering, let's have a look. Garnering an 11, which is very good. I'm just going to see what happens to the enemies. Fail. 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 And super fail.
Yeah.
As we take Urg's toughness into consideration. Any of you that got below 8, please take 1d6 plus Urg's toughness in damage,
Ooh.
which is 6.
Ouch.
My guys are going to take...
Is it 6 in total?
No, you take 6 plus 1d6.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing. Are you rolling it or?
Oh no, you roll the damage. So you roll a d6 for yourself.
So 3 plus 6, 9.
Okay, you take 9 points of damage. The other guys are going to take 11 points of damage each. Bringing, let me see, down to that, down to that, down to that, that, and that. Lovely.
So I've done over 80 damage this battle so far, I think. Well,
Half of it was just exploding yourself.
exactly.
Lovely. With that being done, Oxide is finished, but now these strange cloud beings are going to do some things. The one that is starting to resemble more like Artemis is seemingly, because it's now developed hands, grab onto Artemis, and Artemis is going to have to make a wit save, of which they do not pass.
Can I just quickly ask, the one that's resembling Artemis, does it have a normal human arm or does it have a metal arm like Artemis's?
You can't tell, because underneath
Right.
Artemis's skin is the metal.
Ah, I'm with you. Right.
So you just see like a arm similar to what Artemis's arm is like, with a tire. So it's not like it's not clothed. It's developed. It seems to be copying the clothes and the skin at the same time.
I'm with you.
Failing that wit save, Artemis doesn't necessarily receive damage. Instead, like seemingly struggling with this thing, as this thing completely takes form as a carbon copy of Artemis. And as it does, systematically attempts to knee Artemis in the gut. And luckily, I do have Artemis's AC bits, and the knee does not clock. Luckily. It's like as if Artemis knows their own techniques from miles away. It just seemingly goes and blocks the knee incoming, but makes a little bit of space between the both, as Artemis is, it's like as if looking into a mirror. The second one, seemingly going after Erg and doing the same thing as it jumps onto your back. Erg, can you roll me a wit save, please?
That's a D6, isn't it? Plus my wits.
Yeah, which is 4.
Alright. Yeah. I rolled 10, natural 6.
Alrighty, that's absolutely brilliant. As he latches on, you're quick to throw him off. The cloud being seems to have turned its hands into like some rock style hands similar to yours, but it's only forming like the fingers and the thumbs of your hands. It's not developing the actual hand itself. So if this thing is trying to become you, it didn't do a good job with just jumping on top of you. But it is going to attempt to drop kick your back. And that is... Ooh, that's a 16 versus your AC.
That's a hit.
Okay, that whacks into your back. And that is another 6 points of damage.
Ouch.
The third cloud person. Oh, no, sorry. Yes, third cloud person. Is going to... If I just get this in for reference so I know who's who. There we go. Okay. The third one will attempt to run after Liam.
Oh,
As you see this like smoky figure running in your general direction. And as it runs in your general direction, it attempts to spear you.
Okay.
Just double check spears on my table. Here we are. Oh, okay. Well, that's not okay. It might not be as good, but we'll have a look. Oh damn. That's a 13 versus your AC.
And we are rolling.
Oh, lovely. Counter-strike opportunity. Will it work? Let's have a look. Whoop. Oof.
So that's 1d12.
Yes.
That's an 8.
Rolled a 12.
Oh, dang.
So that spear just comes charging in. And as it charges into you, it grabs you by your gut and takes you down to the ground. As it does, the smoke coming off of him, seemingly revealing a copy of you.
Well,
I'm just gonna call that the GM's dice are rigged.
What?
I'm just gonna say the GM, your dice are rigged, Dom.
Oh, but one stream where I actually have half decent dice rolls and you're saying it's BS.
Clearly rigged. Clearly rigged. You've been preparing. You've been waiting for this boss fight. You've been waiting for this.
I mean, I have to an extent, but no cheating.
wait.
Wait.
That's actually wrong. My entire class is wrong, actually.
Oh no.
Because my toughness is 4, and I have spring hide tights, 11 plus toughness. So that makes it 15.
It's harm toughness, I think.
Oh, harm toughness. Oh yeah, then it's correct.
Also bearing in mind, spring height, the tights mechanics have been removed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not a part of how
Now
AC work anymore.
Oh
No,
right.
it's like they only have like bonus effects if you get like legendary gear and things like that, rather than it being directly your armor class sort of thing.
Oh right. Never mind.
Yes, that spear will dive in. You will go down. You see a copy of yourself that has speared you. 4 points of damage.
Ooh. Okay.
So we'll just make a note there. The final one staring down Dr. Thaddeus.
Oh boy.
And as it stares at you, it seems to come on over. It seems to be towering over you at a point. But as it gets closer and it's walking closer to you, it seems to shrink down to about your size. And as it goes down to your size, it seems to be face to face with you. As you notice the head of it swinging back and attempting to swing forward into a headbutt. Straightforward. Have a look. Ooh! He goes to swing for the headbutt. And as he does, it's like as if you have like that dastardly deed cunningness about you. As he goes to swing his head forward, it's like as if you do an old school cartoon villain trick, like something out of Tom and Jerry. And as he swings forward, everyone just hears a ding as his head goes right into like a convenient frying pan that you're holding up in front of you.
Don't ask where I got this frying pan from. I always use it for protection in case.
Can I smell bacon?
The face of this individual seemingly turning into the shape of a frying pan.
God damn.
Oh look, it's got an indentation as well.
The attention to detail is fantastic.
Yeah, I should get a carving of this done when we're done with this.
Lovely. At this time, we go over to Liam.
Okay. Well, Liam does one thing and one thing only he actually knows for sure that is correct, and he is going to attack his own clone.
Okie doke. How would you like to attack yourself?
Well, um, hmm. Well, I was speared before, so just a moment. I shall look into the wrestler's manual. Don't ask why I'm going almost like German Italian there.
I know, it's a bit of a weird change of accent there.
Yes. What page were spears on?
Spears. Britney Spears. I will have a look with you. Let's have a look. I have Spears on page 155.
Okay.
Might be different on yours, but that's why I have it on mine.
Yeah, well, I shall have a look and I will update to you. Just a moment. That's a splash.
We'll be right back. Ding, 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 ding.
Mhm. That's a senton. Those are punches. Palm strikes. Mhm. Actually, Liam is actually gonna jump on the his clone, and he is going to go with just a moment.
How many moments are we going to have, Liam? How many moments?
That's a good question, my dear. Oh God.
10 moments later.
Yeah.
I think this should count as one of a sequence.
Oh, now that why is that not one of your signature moves? Just simply called "Give me a moment."
Or just a
Yeah.
moment?
Well,
Just give the signature move. Give me a moment. All you have to do, you sit there for a little while, and as the opponent's starting getting bored and losing attention, you just smack them in the face with the game manual. A little bit fourth wall breaking, but
just a little bit. But yeah, Liam is actually going to go with the Fireman's Carry Bulldog. Hello?
Oh, say that again. Sorry, Liam.
Oh.
So Liam is gonna go with Fireman's Carry Bulldog.
Oh, Fireman's Carry Bulldog. Lovely. We can totally do that. Let me just Fireman will carry Bulldog. Yes, I like. Alright.
oh my god!
Roll for that attack.
Mm-hmm. 1d12 plus wits, I believe. Normal wits.
Yep, that's with your normal wits.
And let's see how it pans out. And that's a 15.
Oh, very good. That's going to smack in proper hard. That's involving your wits. That is a solid 5 points of damage. Over to this person.
Yes.
Lovely. You got anything else in the tank?
Well, since he is in the zone of loving bulldogs, he is actually gonna go with inverted bulldog as his sequence.
Oh, with the inverted. Lovely. Roll for the attack on that one, being with your cunning.
Yes. And that's a 17.
Oh, very nice, Suzu-chan.
Yes.
Dashing into him, driving him backwards yet again, but because involving cunning, that's -8 points of damage.
Yes.
Lovely. Get that tallied up. There we are. Lovely. That is your sequence. Have you got anything else, or is that all?
There is. He is just gonna stand up after the bulldog and after the inverted bulldog, and then he is just gonna keep an eye out for the person, the clone on the ground, and
Okay.
The situation in general.
Okie dokie. Lovely. Well done. Good move. And last but not least, the dastardly one himself. It's Thaddeus.
All right then, Dr. Thaddeus. How far away is Oxide from me?
Oxide is behind this frying pan faced thing in front of
Oh.
you. It's about
So quite near then.
10 feet behind where you are.
Okay.
Or 10 feet behind the frying pan face guy in front of you.
Fantastic. Okay. First of all, I rolled a 1d4 at the beginning of the encounter.
Oh,
Mhm.
damn.
Mass power.
And I rolled a 4.
Ooh, well done.
Yeah, I rolled a 4. So I did that. Second of all, I am going to attempt to use cunning deceit to try and get around. Yeah, try and get more near Oxide. Yeah.
love it.
And attack is a sneak attack.
Love it.
Question: could I use any move when I'm doing my cunning deceit?
Yes.
Fantastic. First of all, I need to roll a cunning check to see whether that succeeds. So cunning is going to be 7 and plus 6, I believe. Hello?
Let me have a look. If you're using mass power,
Mm-hmm.
that'll be your cunning's favor.
Oh, cunning's favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because mass power uses your favor stat instead of your regular.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, cool.
And then, yes, because you're a Rudos with black mask, you can do cunning deceit with your mask on.
Mhm.
And cunning deceit at your current level will do an additional 2d4.
2d4. So I need to do a cunning check. So it's a d6 plus whatever my favor stat is.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You overcheck without favor, but the damage would be with favor.
Oh shit. Okay. In that case, then that would be an 11.
Okay. And this is against Oxide, is it?
This is against Oxide.
Lovely stuff.
While the shadowy cloud figure is still a bit stunned from the frying pan thing, I would like to just sneak round towards Oxide.
I mean, the good thing is as well, because his face is now a frying pan, it doesn't exactly have eyes. So, opportunity attacks are not going to happen. As you seemingly sneak on past, get on close. Unleash hell! And this is bearing in mind, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to count that as a hit just simply because he's downed. And I want Thaddeus to get away with it.
So do I roll the 2d4 first of all?
Yep.
Oh, with favor.
Yep.
Plus.
Added together, what have you got?
Yeah. Let me just let me just do the math real quick.
No worries.
That's a max total of 18.
Oh,
And hey, Dom,
what up?
Dom.
Wait.
I want to do 3 amigos.
Oh shit. On
With-
Oxide?
Yeah. Heck yeah! I'm gonna get away with this.
Shit.
So essentially,
Right. What suplex would you like?
oh, there's so much to choose from. Well, I mean, there isn't really. Okay, I would like to do a German suplex, please.
Ah, the classic. I love it. Right.
So that, yeah.
Let's do this thing. Starting with a single German suplex.
I just want to make sure.
You can
Yeah.
roll me the attack. That's your cunning. If you want to add your... You want to use your mass power, you can.
Let me double check what my mass power does. You. What
Unless
does
said
it do?
only once a thing. I'll just double check for you. Once you are wearing your mask, you can roll 1d4 at the beginning of each encounter. The number represents how many times you can roll damage with your favorite stat for this encounter. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really do anything in terms of adding anything to the attack roll. But that's okay.
Just more so for the damage output if you wanted the extra damage.
Okay, so I rolled a 15.
15 on the Oxide. You, my friend, are going to have to roll with me for a clash.
Oh boy. Oh no. I rolled a 4.
Oxide rolled a 9.
I told you, your dice are rigged.
As you try and go to wrap your arms around for the German suplex, kind of sees this coming after the sneak attack was so successful. He's clocked onto your position as he swings an elbow backwards back into the side of your head, rocking you for 6. Literally, 6 points of damage.
Okay. Alright.
Sadly, your 3 amigos do not go forward.
Okay. But at level 5. Actually, you know what? I'm going to spend a wrestle point to re-roll the attack roll, if that's allowed. I mean, I read a thing and then
Sadly, you should have announced that before
Yeah,
the counter
okay.
attack happened.
Okay. I'm going to try and German suplex him again.
That will sadly be the end of your sequence, though.
Oh, I was going to say because I have an extra attack.
You already did your first attack, though, with your cunning deceit.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, okay, I didn't realise. Okay, never mind.
You could spend a wrestle point to extend your sequence by 1, if I'm correct.
It is an option.
This is true. Right, that's it. I'm going to spend that point then to do that.
Here we go.
Screw. Alright. Yeah, so...
You going to try
German
3 amigos
suplex.
again, or just a single German suplex?
Three amigos again, maybe.
Okay. Right attack, please.
11.
No.
No. Of course not.
But it's bearing in mind with how it works doesn't necessarily mean he receives no damage. It just means your German suplex isn't as effective as you wish.
Mm.
So because your cunning is 7, it would only deal D. It would only deal 3 points of damage, but you can try again.
With the German suplex?
Yeah, second suplex.
Okay. That's better. A nat 12. That's a crit,
What?
which means I get a wrestle point.
Yes,
Heck yeah. So I get that wrestle point back.
lovely.
And, Jesus Christ.
That's your
So
Cunning's
that
favour
means...
stat and damage.
Okay, so that means 10. And plus anything, or?
No, that's
Your
10
cunning-
points of
if your
straight up
cunning's seven-
suplex damage.
If your cunning is 7, your favour is +4, is it not? Because it's rounded. It's half rounded up, isn't it? So you'd have 11, not 10.
Is it?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right!
What?
No, he is right.
Oh, right. Then that extra damage from the sneaky thing then would have been +1 or something like that.
Okay, for the sake of this, we'll carry through as if meh.
Okay, right. So my poor brain's now confused on what to do. Okay, so is it D10 plus something, or?
No, that's you.
No, not D10. Fuck.
You did your favour stats worth of damage for this because you
Okay.
perfect hit. That is 11
Okay.
points of damage right off. And you have your last suplex.
Okay, then. Last suplex a go. No. That, sadly, a 9 will not do it.
Okay. You will receive harm damage even if it's not as effective, resulting in another 3. Not bad. Too bad.
Yeah. And, I suppose I could turn to Liam and go, Liam, get the keypad. We'll deal with the rest of these thugs.
Okay.
And
That's fine.
I would like to turn to Oxide and go, now I could be a villain just like yourself, but kidnapping people and then torturing them by heinous experiments is quite frankly where I draw the line. And for that, you probably deserve a grand old beating, old chap.
Nice. Love it. Great retort.
Mm.
As you do such a thing, the screen in the background, I will just roll a thing, has reduced itself by 2 minutes, resulting 8 minutes remaining.
Oh shit.
And as the time ticks downward, the fight ensues, and a mysterious opponent with even more mysterious created opponents do battle with you as time is nearly of the essence. We will have to stop here and continue next time in the recording episode of Ring Warriors.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Lovely. I will just make a note
You were
of
on.
that.
You're on such a roll, Dom. You had to do this, didn't you?
Hey, look, I've got work in the morning.
Yeah.
Excuses,
Yeah,
excuses. What's more important to you, D&D or work?
Well, for one, this ain't D&D, so get it right.
Yeah.
What's more important to you, wrestling or work?
Both are very important. Wrestling important for my entertaining passions. Work important so that I can put money towards my entertaining passions.
I mean,
Alright, you make a fine argument.
Ah.
Still not impressed.
Oh, yeah. But, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for this week's recording episode of Ring Warriors. If you missed any of it, and if you want to catch up with any of the other bits that have indeed happened, this will be up on YouTube not too soon after the stream is finished on my regular YouTube linkies and all that jazz. If you want to join us on the Discord server, it's all down there, down in the description, the doody-doos, profile, platform, Bitty, Bobby, Bit, you know by now. It's all there. Come and join us for some explosive fun times, and even you may get a chance to play Ring Warriors in the near future, who knows. But in the meantime, ladies and gents, thank you very much for tuning in, having a blast, and enjoying some wrestling action. We'll see you guys next Friday for some more of that. Until next time, that is bye from my wrestling players.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
And au revoir for myself. See you next time. Bye bye.